Alright guys, what's going on? FL5 Ronnie back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking Type R, of course. What we're going to be going over today is actually going to be the 7-month check-in on the car. I got the car back in January. It's now August, late August, almost September, but we just hit 7 months on the car. I have about 4,800 miles, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the 5 things that I hate about the Type R. And when I say hate, I mean that very, very lightly. I'm definitely nitpicking when I say top 5 things that I hate most, because I don't hate anything about this car. Again, just nitpicking, figuring out something for the video. Although there are a few things to talk about. And the first thing with the Type R that I don't like that we can start off with, and again, I'm nitpicking, I don't actually hate anything, but funny enough, it's actually my favorite thing in the car and my least favorite at the same time. They're these beautiful red Alcantara bucket seats. They're perfect in my opinion. They say Type R on them. They're super comfy, cozy. The material's super soft. Although I believe Alcantara is one of the worst materials for a car. It's very luxury, very soft feeling, very perfect in my opinion, except for the fact that it just clings all dust and dirt. But the reason I don't like these isn't because of that. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to clean, but that's something I'm willing to work with. It's just the wear and tear of these seats. Again, I barely have 5,000 miles, and there's tons of wrinkles and just whatever else on these seats. This is kind of smushed here, especially when you compare it to the passenger side. You have a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's just extra annoying for the sole fact that I actually do my very best to not get any wrinkles on the actual seats. It's just tough. And it's just a little annoying because I do my absolute best not to get any wrinkles on the seat, even with the way I get in and get out. And, you know, I heard this once before I bought the car. It was actually somebody complaining about how easily these seats wear and tear. And again, it's bound to happen. But let me show you guys the way I get in. All right, so with how I get in, I'll drop my first foot in, my right foot, of course. And then I'll put my left hand here and I'll hover over the bolster, just because this is where most of the wear and tear actually happens. But even with doing that, it's just a pain in the butt. Still wrinkles, still leaves smudges, but what are you gonna do? It's the price you'll pay for some sweet bucket seats. For number 2 on the list, I'm gonna have to go with the tire and wheel combination. I love them, I love 19s. I think the finish, that matte beautiful finish, is awesome on them. However, these suck in the winter, and you know, it's a Type R. It's not really meant for the winter. It's front wheel drive performance car. Although it comes with summer Michelin P4s, I believe, which are again summer performance tires. So in the winter time, good luck even getting out of your driveway. You can get all season, but it doesn't help too much, just for the sole fact that, you know, this is a performance car. It's front wheel drive, all that power going to the front wheels, it's gonna spin. Besides that though, I have no actual complaints. They look amazing, they feel amazing to ride on. They're super smooth, they grip really well. Of course, the only problem is the factory fitment. I do have spacers on there. Eventually I am gonna lower it down. I actually do already have the Eibach Sportline springs. I was gonna get coils. Everybody was saying coils. I had coils on my previous Civic Sport, but I didn't really want them. I loved the way that the PRL spacers, both rear and front 20 millimeters, looked with the stock wheels, especially with the Eibach lowering springs. They don't slam it crazy. My last car was really low. I'd scrape everywhere. It just gets rid of that wheel gap, completely kills it. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want it super low, especially with the Mugen kit that I have on it. I already have to be careful about where I drive, how I enter places, and how quickly I go up certain ramps. All right, the third thing on the list is going to be the gas mileage. The gas mileage on this car is horrible, especially for my sake. I drive it pretty hard. It's also not my daily. I do try to drive it every day, just around when it's nice out, especially like now. However, I do drive another car for work. The work I do is very dirty, so I don't want to destroy the red seats in this car that are already prone to being, you know, like I said, number 1, wear and tear. However, the gas in this car, especially if you're daily driving it, is very annoying. I only get 18.2 miles per gallon. And as you can see, there's the 18.2 miles per gallon there. And then even on a full tank, this only has a 10-gallon tank for weight saving purposes. But I have 122 miles in the tank, and it's at a little over half a tank. On a full tank, I probably get around 210 to 200 miles per, the entire tank. And again, that sucks, especially when you're going on longer road trips, or if you daily the car. This thing is always at the gas station. But again, if that's one of the worst things about the car, so be it. All right, and for the number 4 spot, we're gonna be making our way to the back of the car. We're gonna be talking about the exhaust. The stock exhaust just leaves much to desire. They also left no option to turn off the fake engine noises. I believe the only way to do that is actually by taking off a couple panels on the inside and unplugging whatever it is that makes that noise come out. And I was super stoked to actually find out that this car had valves at all. I was very hyped about it. I've always thought that was a cool feature on cars. However, these valves aren't your typical valves. You can't just go into comfort mode and turn them off and then hop it into plus R mode and turn them on. They auto activate themselves. What they do is, depending on your RPM and how fast you're accelerating, they'll open up themselves. However, if you're in a low RPM on R mode or anything, they just stay closed until the computer decides it's time to open them. I personally think they should have given this the same exhaust as the Integra Type S. Again, same engine as the Type R. However, the stock Type S pops, burbles, and does all that. Luckily now, this car is obviously not stock anymore. I got a tune, and now in plus R mode, it'll pop pretty aggressive. Sport mode, it burbles, and then comfort mode, fortunately, none of that. So it's nice to be able to have that option to turn it off. It's almost like I still do have the valves. Alrighty, so the 5th and final thing that I hate about my Type R is going to be the Brembos. And funny enough, I love them. I think they're gorgeous when they're clean. They get dirty so quickly because they're just so large. They just pump out so much brake dust. And this is after a couple weeks of not cleaning them because I've been a little bit lazy recently. When they're clean, they're nice, beautiful, shiny red. However, they get so filthy so quickly. Even the rears, not being Brembos, they still get super dirty super quickly. However, it's just one of the things that come with owning a car like this. I just need to keep up on cleaning the Brembos. That's kind of a user thing. However, it would be nice if they didn't pump out so much brake dust. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. That was 5 reasons that I hate my Type R FL5. Again, though, for the 100th time, I'm nitpicking. I don't really hate anything about this car. I just needed to find 5 reasons and nitpick. But besides that, I love this car. I couldn't say anything really bad about it. There's nothing that I genuinely don't like about this car. I think it's fun, sporty, looks sweet. And if I had the option to go back, I would pick this 100 times over. There's a lot of really cool cars out there, but I do believe that this is really just a pure enthusiast car. Everything about it, it's just amazing. It's my first ever manual. I learned manual with it. I think it's sweet. It's just truly my dream car personally. I would choose this car 100 times over. I just love it, everything about it. It really is just, like I said, a true enthusiast car. It's fun, it's awesome, it's quick. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna try to start uploading a little bit more frequently for you guys, get more content like this out there where I'm actually engaging and talking. The first 2 videos were more like a test run, but hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.